Hello folks, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. Before we jump to our first discussion of the day, the Indonesian Police Chief General Listio Sigit Prabowo on Wednesday instructed his personnel to beef up cybersecurity as the country is currently prone to cybercrime.
Speaking at the supervisory coordination meeting of the National Police Commission, he said that the tight cybersecurity measures are deemed necessary as cybercrime has attacked all walks of life. He also added that the police have also begun to elevate internal data security infrastructure, such as anti-distributed denial of service or DDoS services.
Furthermore, authorities have established the Computer Security Incident Response Team as well, which is assigned to investigating or prosecuting cyber criminals. And there's just more about the realm of the cyber world. Indeed. With that said, we were going to learn more about cybercrime, specifically what is happening right here in Indonesia, as well as the preventive measures that is taken by the Indonesian National Police. Therefore, we're joined today by the Soekarno-Hatta Police Chief, Senior Commissioner Roberto G.M. Pasaribu. Roberto, Monizin, thank you so much. Welcome to our studio right here.
Thank you for having me.
And definitely, I just want to share just a little bit of the profile of our Senior Commissioner, Roberto Pasaribu. Of course, you have officially in the Academy Police in 2009, also in the Federal Bureau of Investigation National Academy in Quantico, that you had graduated in 2017. You are also a certified computer hacking forensic investigator certification and also a part of the task force of Federal Bureau of Investigation for violence crimes against children and in the cybercrime. With that said, Roberto, thank you very much for coming here. We know that right now, definitely, when we're talking about cybercrime, that is not only happening in Indonesia and Southeast Asia, but it's globally happening around the world. But we're seeing now that it's very elevating and penetrating definitely to our region and into Indonesia. So what is the most common cybercrime that is happening right here in our nation?
Okay, thank you for having us here. At the first time, I will explain about the most common type of cybercrime that happened in Indonesia. The first, we call by the phishing. So phishing is the fraudulent attempts to obtain sensitive information, such as username and then password or credit card. And the other, we call it by malware. Malware is a malicious software that software designed to stolen about all the identity or other information. And the other, we call it by ransomware. Maybe last time we hear about the about the incident in Indonesia regarding about the ransomware. And the other, we call it by social engineering and online scam. And the most active right now, especially for the kids, that we have to be aware about the sex online predator.
Right.
Okay.
And it seems that this is actually what you were just mentioning is happening in our daily lives, and we've been reporting this kind of incidents, you know, daily right here in our network also.
Indeed, yeah, and I'm curious as well. What are the measures that the police have been doing to kind of combat cybercrime, all of these types of cybercrime? Because obviously, it's quite a wide variety, right? From phishing, which is basically just how do you say, a kind of an example of that would be website posing as another website for you to take your username and password, for example, to something as bad as, or to something as harmful, particularly to children, as sexual violence and harassment and how do you say, violations as well. So that is quite a diverse amount of crimes that need to be apprehended, if you will. So how does that work in the police?
Okay, for Indonesian also police, from Pak Kapolri, right now we already make the special unit in every region. We have 34 regional police, and every regional police we have the special unit for the cybercrime unit that handle and investigate for all the things regarding about the cybercrime. And the other, about the prevention, we try to engage all communication that more close to the public, from social media, and we make also the portal online or the website. So all the things that people found, especially like for the cybercrime, they can report, and also they can communicate with the law enforcement agency through the social media or from the portal online.
And also, it seems that right now, definitely when we're talking about many of the crimes that is happening in the cyber world, we need to kind of dissect it just a little bit right now because it will take about 3 hours if we're going to talk about all the cyber crimes that is happening. Now, we're going to more specifically focuses on the children issues, as you mentioned before, on your fourth factor right there, Bapak Berto. What are the typical threats, particularly concerning for children? We know that right now, definitely, this is the era of the digital world where children, such as young age, I mean, they popped out, you know, they were giving birth, and 1 year later, they could have their gadgets right in front of their face while they're trying to eat and whatnot. I mean, it is just, we cannot live, you know, without knowing that the children will be affected by the gadgets or, you know, digital or even the internet itself. So what is actually happening and that we don't know as parents or common people don't know what is happening through the digital or the cyber world that could really affect our children criminally?
Okay, at the first term that we have to know right now all the children, they live in the digital communication.
Right.
Before we can do all the playing with our friends on the field. I mean, like a neighborhood. We can meet each other and we can play. But right now, our kids just stay in the room, keep the gadget on, and they play through all the game online.
Right.
This is what happened right now. And this predator, they know this is about the things that they can do or to engage with the kids. You know, like some of the game online right now, they prepare or they serve also with the chat online, with chat online forum.
Yes.
And for the cybercrime, we know two types of the cybercrime. Others is borderless, and the other one is anonymity. So anonymous. Everybody, he can be someone, but we never know is that true or not. So we have to be careful with this. And when your kids spend his time more than like 3 hours or 4 hours in the room just to play the game online, you have to be careful and you have to know what kind of the game that they play and who they're communicated with.
Right, and the perpetrator itself, you were mentioning that they're anonymous. So let's say our children are playing a typical game. There's a lot of games right now, but I know my sons are playing this one typical game. And you were actually, because I went to your class, that I knew there's a chat kind of column that they can do. I did not know that because when I see it, I thought they were just playing games. So during those chats, when they can chat with anywhere around the world, and you were mentioning these predators and also perpetrators, they can try to play with them as like their children, let's say?
Yeah.
Is that like that, Pablito?
Yeah.
So let's say my son is 8 years old. So he or she can be a person that's like the same age.
Yeah.
But then actually he or she is already an adult.
Yeah.
What is their steps and what they're trying to do to our children then?
We always call this modus operandi with grooming.
Okay.
So when they groom our kids, keep like exclusivity and keep their like very happy and give all the things that when the victims wants, like, okay, I will give you about the bonus for this game online. If you do like this, and like this, can you communicate with me? Or, hey, if your parents asking about our communication, you just keep this our secret information, okay? Do not let other people know about our communication and our relationship. All the bad guy or the perpetrators will do, we call it by grooming to the victims, especially for the kids. And they don't want to declare themselves as older than the victims. They will call by, hey, I'm your age.
I'm your friend.
Yeah, I'm your friends. And sometimes they can put like a slang in their communication, which is the victims realize, oh, this is my friends. And I feel like comfort, and then I feel safe when I talk to you. This is what parents have to know about the common types of the modus operandi that we call it by grooming.
Okay, so how can parents, raise awareness or raise the awareness of their children to make sure that when, these children run into or their children run into these sorts of people, they immediately think, no, we need to kind of avoid this person at all costs.
And be open to my parents.
Exactly.
Let me talk to my parents about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
How do you do that?
If we know some incident happened to our kids in the communication by online with someone they don't know or someone that manipulate for all information, at the first time, just keep talking, keep discussion with your kids. do not keep your anger or just, okay, you don't have to communicate with this, but you have to explain about what happened, and then you keep asking to them, hey, who is your friend here? May I know what are you doing on this communication? So after that, we can get about all the thing about the information from our kids about the bad guy or the perpetrator. And the other one, after we get all the things, try our kids to give all the evidence.
Okay.
To give all the evidence, and we have to document it about all the evidence and keep it. And after that, we have to report. We have to report. There are two ways to report about this case. At the first, in every platform right now, they prepare for the online report. So you just click and report, and there will be some option about what kind of the report that we want to do. And after that, the other one is we just report to the police special unit that I call about the cybercrime unit, and give all the evidence and give also the information, so the police will analyze and can do some investigation for this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of add a little bit
Yes,
as well to that.
please.
That I think another really important factor to have is to have kind of like a really strong trusting relationship between parents and children, right? Because obviously, a child would only know to trust their parent over a stranger if they feel safe, completely comfortable around their child, around their parent too. And I think children perhaps who are more trusting of their parents are more willing to open up to their parents about any struggles that they're facing or anything that they feel is a little bit sketchy. Perhaps.
Yeah, that's really an opening or an open relationship, having this very good and also trusting and honest communication with your children.
Yeah.
One thing that we would like to underline what you said, Bapak Berto, is like you do not be mad at your kids. I mean, these kids, especially these generation, that is a different way that we should do parenting. So it seems that from all the discussion that we, the past 15 minutes that we've been talking about, I think parents played a big role in this. And that said, you are on the ground, you already solved and you treated a lot of cases in regards to cybercrimes, especially with children. What made the children feel like they cannot open up to their parents or their families so then they could trust other people that they don't even know yet? And I was attending one of your classes before, Pak Berto, and actually you're affiliated with the Federal Bureau Agency at the FBI, and there was actually a video, it stated there, where one of the agents said, these kids are actually they don't want to share it to their parents because they don't want the parents to take their gadget. As simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell my mom because I'm not going to have time on my, with my friends and having, the game times and whatnot, taking my gadgets. Is it as that basic why those children do not want to share it to the parents?
Yes, from law enforcement side, when we do interview with the bad guy or the perpetrator, we also analyze, we qualify the perpetrator when they engage with the kids as a victims. They make the friendship, and after that, they do some risk assessment, the bad guy, the perpetrator.
Okay.
The risk assessment, what they do, they will ask, hey, what time is your parents at home?
Right.
They just want to know about this. And then, who is your close? You close with your father or your mother or your sister? Okay. And then the other one, hey, if something happened to our information, just keep it safe, okay? Do not let people talking about our information or know about our information, especially your parents. So the perpetrator try to grab the kids to do all the instruction that they give. And how to make the kids comfortable to the communication, they will give like bonus.
Right.
Bonus.
Right, yeah.
Bonus is
Whatever
everything.
that is.
Incentive.
Right, yeah.
When the kids like very crazy to the game and they need like, okay, I need this bonus for this game, but I cannot afford it because my father and my mother do not give money to get the thingy, and after I can get from the predator. This is the problem what we face right now.
Yeah, and it goes back to economy again, right? And in regards to that, we know that Indonesia now is one of the highest spot right now in regards to cybercrime in the Southeast Asia region itself. In your opinion and throughout your data, Pak Berto, why does this happen? Why is this happening to us in this nation? Is it because we're a vast, we're a vast country with, fourth of most population in the world? And what is happening right
Do
here?
we perhaps have like a...
Most of the problem that cause of this crime that always increase every year, that's because of the lack of information and lack of education. Not talking about the social life, but this is about the education. So that's why right now the police, we try to open all communication, we give all information, especially through social media. The social media application that's very common in the community, if I can say like Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, we try to engage the people from that. So we do some account, we make account and we do all information and keep people can asking, and we give explanation about this.
Yeah. So the lack of digital literacy, but
yes.
definitely this is already the year 2024. The law enforcement, the government has already done everything they can.
Yep.
But it is also the parents' role to apprehend and definitely to keep our children safe, definitely from the predators and the perpetrators in the cyber world.
Yes.
Thank you very much to our Senior Commissioner Roberto Pasaribu. Thank you very much, Bapak, for being here with us. It is such a pleasure and enlightening this discussion.
Indeed, indeed. I certainly learned a lot from you talking about how we can approach children in particular. I think it's important that we can build a trusting relationship with them to ensure that they remain safe.
At the end of the day, it goes back to parenting,
Exactly,
isn't it?
It really does.
Bapak Berto, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much.
We'll hope to see you again soon in the studio.
You're
and
welcome.
folks, we're up for another commercial break right here on the program. When we return, we'll bring you the world of business. Stay tuned right here on the C Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Yes.